Okay, so we have uploaded both of our projects to a remote Tomcat server, and in this video we're going to open a Postman and send HTTP request to create a new user and then verify its email address. Okay, so here's my Postman. I will open HTTP request to create a new user. I will need to update its URL because it's pointing to my Tomcat running on a local computer. So I will switch back to my Tomcat manager and I'll open mobile app WS in a new browser tab. Here it is, and I will copy its URL and paste it to my Postman here. So I will leave the /users and everything else I will replace like this. Now I have HTTP and then the domain name and then port number and then context, application context path of my project, and then /users, which is a path request mapping to my root resource controller. I will check headers, content type application JSON. That's fine. I can add a header to accept application JSON back like this. Okay, headers are set. Let's check the body. And in the body we have user details and we have a list of addresses, one for shipping and one for billing. Now if we send this HTTP request, a new user is going to be created and a request to verify email address will be sent to this email address, test1@test.com, and because this email address does not exist, it will bounce away. So we cannot use this email address. Let's use a proper one which we can check and click on email to verify this email address. So I'll provide my email address, Sergey Kargapolov @swiftdeveloperblog.com, and hopefully everything will work. swiftdeveloperblog.com. Okay, so let's send this request. Here we go. We got back a response and response looks correct. So if everything is okay, we should have received an email message sent to this email address. Okay, so I'm going to open a new browser window and log into my Google account and check if email is there. So I'm going to mail, google.com, account, Swift Developer Blog. And here we go. We have an email message. One last step to complete your registration. Let's open it up and we have a link that we need to click to verify this email address. So if I click on this link, it opens up a correct URL and let's see if it has a token. It has a token, but we don't have anything back. Something didn't go right. So let's check what's happening. Let's first look into MySQL and check if we have the database table not updated. So I'm going to go to MySQL, user, password, and then I will use photo app, and then I will select all from users. And here we have user test1, and here we have user with the proper email address, and second field is email verification status. So email verification status is 0. So the token has not been verified and the token value is right here. So let's exit, clear. Okay, and now let's inspect the web page. Let's see if the request was sent and let's see what the response was received. So I'll go to develop tab and then I will let's show web inspector. And here we have a request to load email verification. This is our source code. And here we go. So when this page was loaded and token was read, a request was sent to an address which is localhost 8080. And because we are running it on a remote server, an HTTP request sent to a local host will not work. So we will need to update our email verification service and change this URL from localhost to a public domain name that we use here. Okay, so let's quickly do that. So I'll go back to my tool suite and I open my email verification service HTML. let me first copy the correct URL from this page. And now I will switch to email verification HTML, and I will replace this with the correct URL. And now I will have to redeploy this application. So I will copy the project location. And now I'll go back to the terminal window, start a new tab, and I'll change my location to this project, clean it, and build it again. Okay, now I'll go and redeploy this application. So I will switch to my Tomcat Manager, and I will undeploy verification service first. Okay, so the application is now undeployed, and I will deploy it again. So I'll go to my project, verification service, target, verification service var, choose, and deploy. Okay, application is now running, and now I'll go to my email service, and I will try to send this request again. So all I need to do is simply refresh this page, or I can close it down and click on the link again. And here we go. We now have successful verification. And if I go back to my database and I will select all from users, we have exited MySQL. So MySQL user Sergey, password, use photo app, and then select all from users. Now we have a record with the correct email address, and then the next field in this record is email verification status. So the email verification status is equal to 1. We can actually select only these two fields. So we will select email, and then we will select email verification status, and then we will select email verification token from users and hit enter. So now we have only two records, one record with email address test1@test.com and the second record with the real email address. And the email verification status for first record is 0, and for the second record is 1. So the email verification did work for this record, and the token is set to null. So it's working. Now if I attempt to click on this link again, I should get a message that email verification token has been expired. And of course, you can rephrase that notification any way you like. So I'll click to close this HTML page, and then I will click on this link again. And now it says verification link has expired. Okay, so everything is working. Let's continue.